All right, ladies and gents, boys and girls, happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Hope you're all doing well. Wednesday, January the 5th, 2022. Appreciate you all tuning in. I'm Chris Phillips, host of the Daily Crow, the Spurs Up Show as always. What's going on? I see Brendan M., Justin Langford, Cody Gaskins. Hey, also for the Big Cock Club Discord, head over to the TDC Questions channel, to be sure that your questions are answered. And truly, folks, I know I say it a lot, but truly, it is a great Wednesday to have a Wednesday. Thursday podcast already recorded. We're heading out to Tin Roof tonight to chat with Brad Lawing. And hey, in case you forgot, my good buddy Alex Mcgrath is joining us today on the Daily Crow around 1:15 or so. He will join me because, of course, we have not been able to chat with Alex since the Mayo Bowl. So I definitely want to get his thoughts on that. Spencer Rattler, 2022, all that good stuff. Got a lot to get into. And again, of course, I want to hear from you. What's fun, by the way, is, again, I've already recorded tomorrow's podcast, which is going to be our way too early predictions for the 2022 football season. I've already locked it in. I know you guys have to wait. I'm not going to spoil the surprise. Yeah, James Kendall, great day to have a Big Cock Club stream for the Tin Roof. Yeah, first ever, by the way, Big Cock Club exclusive stream. So very excited for that, man. Much more. Hey, we got a lot to get into. Before we do, though, I want to tell you about our friends over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm, because the Daily Crow is presented to you by our friends at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. Guys, they're young but experienced and aggressive attorneys. They're both former prosecutors who used to represent insurance companies but switching sides. They both worked at larger law firms where they represented hundreds of clients at a time. And guys, they both left to start their own law firm because they understand you're not just a line item, you're not just a number, you're a real human being, and you should be treated as such. They're a small boutique law firm that treats the clients like family. Guys are going to know who you are and treat you like a client and not a number. They handle injury cases that arise from car accidents and work accidents. Guys, do not try to take on the insurance company yourself. But involved in any type of accident, no matter what it might be, the last thing you should be dealing with and worried about is dealing with paperwork. The insurance company, folks, just let the experts over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm handle it for you. They use the latest technology to make representation efficient yet effective. Again, guys, let them take care of everything for you. You don't even pay them unless they recover money for you. Rami's in Columbia, Curtis in Charleston. They handle cases statewide. They also offer virtual or in-person consultations, at no charge. Give them a call today in Columbia, 803-973-0304, or in their Somerville location, 843-388-3368. Or, of course, your one-stop shop, their website, dsinjurylaw.com. That is dsinjurylaw.com for more information. Again, guys, it's their friends over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. Be sure to check them out and tell them that Chris from the Spurs Up Show sent you. Okay, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Again, folks, I know today's show is going to be electric, by the way, but tomorrow's show will certainly be electric because, like I said, I will be locking in. I've already recorded the podcast, officially locking in my way too early 2022 predictions. By the way, guys, the whiteboard, when you know, you know, man. When you know, you know. Hey, great day to have a day. When you know, you know. Brandon Watts, don't forget, we have several signees coming before the January 10th semester. Awesome, Brandon. Great news. Yeah, I figure guys are just going to trickle in whenever. I mean, they're all going to get on campus at some point, so all good. Skyland Davis says Jimmy Lindsey could be on the move. They said Clayton White wasn't happy at all with the D-line this year. No kidding. Yeah, he shouldn't have been. Yeah, I talked about that a lot this season. Greg Atkins caught all the flack. I totally understand, and the defense overachieved, but the run game was trash. And I cannot wait, by the way, to get Brad Lawing's thoughts on that tonight, because Brad Lawing will not hold back. And Brad Lawing coached defensive lines. I'm going to ask him straight up, point blank, hey, coach, how do you feel the defensive line performed? How do you feel? Did the defensive line meet expectations? Did they exceed expectations? Or do they fall below expectations? I'm very curious to get his answer. Phil, what's going on? Here we go. Let's jump straight to the phone line.
Call from Skyland Davis.
Here we go. Skyland, what's going on, my friend? How are you?
Oh, I'm good. You know why I'm calling in?
Why you calling in, my guy? Why you calling in?
I want Frank Martin fired.
Yep. That's the other thing too. I guess we are talking basketball today after the game last night. So you want Frank Martin fired? You're ready to pull the trigger?
One tournament in 10 years. It doesn't matter if it was Kingston, Beamer, anybody else but Frank Martin. It'd be gone.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. That's fair. I guess I look at it this way. The game last night is not the game for me that's going to break the straw that breaks the camel's back, if you will. We lost to the 9th-ranked team in the country. Now, if you lose Saturday to Vandy, we're having a totally different conversation on Monday. I mean, I don't disagree that we're trending that way. We're leaning that way. But, I mean, I think anybody who expected South Carolina to win last night was just totally misguided in their expectations. I mean, Auburn's a top 10 team, and we hadn't played in 2 weeks. So, I mean, what do you expect?
I don't think the Gamecocks should have won last night. Absolutely not. But it's the same thing for the past 10 years. You're not improving at all. You're not going up. You're not trending up. Frank Martin, to me, has to leave South Carolina. There's nobody out here that wants to come play for Frank Martin and that slow, boring pace offense. Clemson's a coach does more. I'm not saying Clemson, South Carolina, by no means, but Clemson wants their coach fired every other year in men's basketball, and they're not even a men's basketball program. And he's done more for Clemson than Frank Martin has done for South Carolina. And Clemson still wants him fired.
Yeah, they've made 3 tournaments, I believe. 3 tournaments to our 1.
I know. Carolina's made 1. And we want to keep Frank Martin and give him a gold medal. And Clemson wants Sam Brad fired. I mean, the standards, my guy, for me.
No, dude, trust me, I'm not sitting here being a Frank Martin apologist by any means. I don't know that last night's the game that – I'm not, last night is not the game where I'm going to come on the airwaves today and, today's the day. # fire Frank Martin. Here we go. When I looked at the SEC slate, I never expected South Carolina to win that one. So I'm gonna hold all judgment until we get a little further in SEC play. And you got some tough games. You should win Saturday at Vandy. You better win that one. But then you go on the road to Tennessee. You got Florida at home. You start 1-3 in SEC play. Yeah, I think the noise, my friend, is only going to get louder. And I guess the reason why I'm not getting worked up over it either is because I see the Frank Martin situation, and I don't know if everyone views it this way, and I don't know if those in charge view it this way, but I see it very black and white. There's not a lot of gray area here. We're either going to make the tournament and he's going to come back, or we're not. And we're going to go a different direction. I just don't think there's a lot of gray area because, I mean, you're already, I hate to say this, you've already lost a lot of the fan base. I don't think you've lost all of them, but you've lost a lot of them, dude. The crowd last night was pathetic. It was pathetic. I mean, there's just no other way to put it. And I don't want to hear, well, it's a Tuesday at 6:30, and this is meant as no slight, but, bro, South Carolina played Clemson in women's basketball and put 13,000 people in there. So, if you can put 13,000 in CLA for a women's game, there ain't no excuse, bro. On a Wednesday, there's no excuse. So the bigger problem you have if you bring Martin back and you don't make the tournament is how do you even get people excited for the basketball program again? Is it still possible? Well, I mean, yeah, that, but yeah, I mean, I think that too, but I just think again, like, the only way fans are going to get excited about the basketball program with Frank Martin at the helm is to just literally go win games. See, at least with Beamer, like when you hired Beamer in football, he hadn't won a game yet, and folks were fired up and pumped up and showing up and all that. A new coach at least brings you new hope. But bringing the same guy back, and I don't dislike Frank at all, but the only way he's going to win the fan base back is to win games. So, and get to a tournament. That's it. It's the only way. And again, like I said in the preseason, the only thing that matters is making the NCAA tournament. That's just the reality, man. Nobody gives a damn how many SEC games you won. Nobody gives a damn what you did in the non-conference. So, again, it's only one game. I'm not ready to throw this team out. I still think this team's capable of having – we'll see. We'll see. We're going to learn a lot over the next week and a half, 2 weeks of who this team really is and And, are the tournament hopes, are they even somewhat realistic? You know what I mean? But I don't view the Martin thing as a gray area. I think it's very black and white. You're either going to the tournament or not, and there will be a decision made accordingly.
My question is, with the word going down, with everything's happening at the end of the baseball season, which I'm not saying, I think we talked about it. I don't want to, say something on air and it gets out. Does South Carolina fire Frank Martin when everything's going to be happening after baseball?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Hey, if I was making those decisions, I wouldn't be doing the Spurs Up show, and I'd be paid to be your athletic director. So I'm not, though. So, does South kind of want to fire Frank Martin with not even having a president in place? Except, Harris Pastides. Is Pastides going to pull the trigger on the guy? I don't know, man. I don't know. But I do know this. Your basketball program needs a shot in the arm, whether that's going to the tournament or a new coach. It needs a shot in the arm. And I don't dislike Frank, but again, the question's never been, is he a good basketball coach? Does he know basketball? The question is, does his system still work? Can he still get through to today's players? And can he simply enough just bring good enough players in? Recruiting's been an issue forever. So
that's the problem to me, though, because you're losing 4 or 5-star basketball players in your backyard.
Yeah.
To other states. You just had a guy to commit to Alabama that's in your backyard the other day.
Yeah. Well, like I said again, I trust me, I totally get where you're coming from. We knew the top storyline coming into the basketball season was Frank Martin's job status and what he had to do to lead this team moving forward. Last night, again, was not the straw that broke the camel's back for me. I picked you to lose by 11 points. Auburn's a top 10 team. It's not surprising you lost. Even if you were going to make a tournament run, I never picked you. I would have never thought you'd win that game.
Not just in basketball, buddy, but in all college sports or even NFL professional sports, it's all about offense. And in college basketball, if you want a chance to win a game in college basketball, you've got to put up more than 66 points. Defense is not an issue in college basketball. It's about how many points you score, how good your offense is. And Frank Martin is just not going to run an offense just to put up 80, 90 points a game like these other schools are.
Yeah, listen, I don't totally disagree. I don't totally disagree. So, hey, it's just one SEC game. Like I said, they've got 17 more to go. But yeah, you got to bounce back in a big way Saturday for sure, man. You cannot let that game beat you twice, because if you do, like I said, our conversation on Monday is going to be a lot different, a lot more hostile than it is right now.
All right. I hope you have a good day. Did you receive my text about Jimmy Lindsey?
Yeah. No, I actually read it off right before you called in. So yeah, not surprising.
Oh, okay.
The run defense was trash. Not shocking at all.
All righty. Well, enjoy your day, buddy.
Hey, you too, man. I appreciate the call. Thanks so much. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Want to continue to hear from you. Yeah, of course, last night, Gamecocks falling to Auburn. Sorry about that. Falling to Auburn by a final score. What was it, 81-66. Gamecocks lose. Let's see. Justin Langford says, you got to look like the product to make us come see the product. And, Justin, that's totally fine. Then let's stop saying Gamecock fans are the best fans in all of college sports, because the best fans show up. Just they do. And I'm not trying to, harp on the fans. A lot of people on social media last night did that for me. That's why I didn't say anything. Whatever. It is what it is, man. It's a Tuesday game on a 6:30. I understand. Again, when it comes to basketball, you got to have a product. I totally get it, but, man, a game against a top 10 team, that was there were damn near as many Auburn fans there as there were South Carolina fans. Either way, whatever. Again, I want to hear from you. Sean O'Brien, what's up? Dylan Prothman. Again, if you're in the Big Cock Club Discord, head over to TDC Questions, the TDC Questions channel, to be sure those questions are answered. Justin Langford, Coach P, goes to Coach Linebackers at his alma mater. Who do we get? Who's possibly taking his coaching position? I don't know who we get. I will tell you this, though, guys. I'm not shocked Mike Peterson went to Florida. He literally played there. And is it something I really worry about? Guys, you don't think we can go get another linebackers coach? It's not like we lost our defensive coordinator. We lost a linebackers coach. Like, whatever. It is what it is. I feel confident. Hey, why don't you hire Shaq Wilson? He's on the freaking staff. Go hire Devontae Holloman. There's some no-brainer options out there, I feel like. Dylan Prothman, what's up? Jeff, appreciate you, my friend. Thanks so much for tuning in. Stephen Fowler says, nobody cares about men's basketball anymore. Same story every year. Noah John says, bro, that pick of you and Eric was hard. I appreciate it, man. Shoot or shoot. Stevie had a hell of a night. Wesley Newmar, should Doty move to tight end or wide receiver or stay as the backup? I don't think tight end. He's certainly not built like a tight end. Could he change positions? I think a lot of that's going to have to do with how these young guys look. Tanner Bailey, Braden Davis. If Colton Gauthier sticks around, I think that's going to have a lot to do with how they look. So it certainly could happen. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. But you got to devise a plan for Luke Doty. You got to. You can't let what happened to Dakereon Joyner happen to Luke Doty. You just can't. He's got a skill set. Make sure you're getting the most out of it. Devise a plan and execute on it. Don't fiddle around for 2 or 3 years and say, well, we don't really know what he is. Because then guess what? You're going to look up, he's going to be a senior, and he's going to have done nothing for you, which will be a damn shame. John Kruger says, is Cam Smith returning? Probably. Yeah, he's back. Yeah, Cam Smith's back. I don't know. I can't believe there was ever conversation that he might leave. He's back. Cody Gaskins says, at best, we should be 9-3. At worst, 7-5. If any of those happen, I think it's a great year. Then add a bowl win onto those totals. Yeah, if you win the bowl game, for sure. Jay Frew, what happened? Nothing happened necessarily. Some rumors, I guess, per sources season. The Gamecocks lost to Auburn in basketball. Yeah, I don't know that anything really happened. Keith Malsberger, would you say right now Doty is QB2? Well, here's the thing, Keith. Even if I say that, Shane Beamer has already made the point that Luke Doty is going to be limited in spring because of his injury. That's what kind of worries me about, or just, I don't know about worries me. I don't know if concerns me is the right way to put it, but that's what intrigues me about the quarterback, the QB2 battle, is because he's not going to get to compete. He's not going to get to take those reps. And Tanner Bailey and Braden Davis and Colton Gauthier are. They're going to get ahead of him in some degree. So, I don't know. I think it just depends how those guys look, man. Totally honest with you. So let's see. Holloman for linebacker coach, indeed. Travis Lee, what's the deal with Lindsey? Again, it's just rumors, dude. It's just rumors per sources season. Apparently, Clayton White wasn't happy with the job Jimmy Lindsey did. I don't know. Again, I have no idea. Just what our guy Skyland Davis said. But that wouldn't shock me. That actually wouldn't shock me at all because, like I said, the defensive line sucked this year. They were not very good. I think they underachieved. I think they massively underachieved. Everybody was giving Greg Atkins hell this season, which, fine. He deserved it. But I think we should spread some of that same energy to old Jimmy Lindsey. So, John Kruger, here's a thought. Maybe because the attendance was low last night because this fan base isn't ready to buy into this team right now. And we've been burned in the past. Again, John, I'm not here. I'm not here today to rip the fan base. I didn't even tweet about it last night. I know my guy Cox by 90 did. I know many others did. I just, again, you got to pick and choose your battles on social media. When you do what I do for a living, you got to pick and choose your battles. And I don't feel like, reaming the Carolina fan base, especially when you lose by 15 points. I get it. Hey, you got to put a product on the floor to draw a crowd. It just, it's. I guess it irks me because I'm so ready to have, like, I really, really wish we had a dope home atmosphere in college basketball. I really do. Because it's cool. It's cool when you have a fun home atmosphere. It is. It's very fun. It's very fun. And again, it was a Tuesday at 6:30. I totally get it. But maybe I don't know. Outside of winning every game and being number one, maybe we should, let me ask you this. This is a genuine question. Why does women's basketball have like the FAMS promotion and this, that? Like, why does men's basketball not have any type of marketing, strategy like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, because it works for them. They're putting a hella butts in the seats. It works for them. Just saying, dude. Like, do we need to do more for men's basketball? Because besides winning, how can you get people to the arena? I don't know there's anything you can do. Hire a new coach. Again, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just throwing stuff out there. I'm throwing out options. Dre Daniel says Doty can be the next Debo. I think that's a little aggressive. RJ Kelly, Cliff Matthews make a good linebackers coach. He's coaching at a D2 school now. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. Jimmy Clark, moving on from Frank. How about our search for the outside linebackers coach? I mean, Jimmy, I have no idea. I mean, your guess is as good as mine. You know, there's plenty of alums. Hey, there's one on the staff in Shaq Wilson that would be a good fit. Rhett Gobble says fans have given up on Martin. They don't care anymore. Matt Johnson said, love the show, bud. Auburn loss is not a biggie, but I think it's tournament or bust for Frank. Hoping Doty can move to receiver and have an impact, has 4.4 speed. Hoping he returns to that guy, go Cox. Yeah. No, I mean, listen, Matt, I totally agree with you. Again, that's why I said I don't think there's any gray area when it comes to Frank Martin. I think that you either make the tournament or you don't. And there will be changes made accordingly based on that. Colonel Titan says winning cures everything. Keith says winning cures everything also. Yeah, I totally get it, guys. I get it. But South Carolina's never – listen. Gamecocks men's basketball is never going to be what Gamecocks women's basketball is. It's never going to be to that level. Ever. Never. So what is winning? What does – let me ask you this to Keith, to Carolina Titan, to anybody else. What does winning look like? What does winning look like for men's basketball in your mind? Because this is never going to be a program in my mind that makes the tournament every single year. If we can make the tournament 3 to 4 times every decade, I think that's really good. I think that's really solid. But, I don't know. Has women's basketball spoiled Carolina basketball fans a little bit? I love what Dawn's done, man. I love it. Number 1 in the country. Nobody can beat us, I guess, except Missouri. Whatever, though. But has women spoiled our basketball fans because the men's are never going to be that good? Ever. Never. Carolina Titan says being consistent, competitive, not getting blown out by Coastal. I mean, I hear you. Non-conference losses, though, are probably going to happen every year. They're just, it's the nature of college basketball. You're going to lose a non-conference game. It's going to happen. Again, I understand winning cures all. I mean, we won't have a great home atmosphere in college basketball until we win a lot of games. But, I guess it's a shame. I guess it's just a shame. And again, I'm not sitting here on a Wednesday, ready to come at the fans. Like, I understand, and they got to play better. But we were playing the 9th-ranked Auburn Tigers. I mean, last night is not, again, that's not the straw that broke the camel's back. But, this basketball program is kind of just, I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. Again, it's too early to say, oh, season's over. John Kruger says different sports, but hiring Shane Muir brought new and exciting energy for football. Maybe doing that for men's basketball would do the same. And I told you guys too, man, selfishly, like, I don't really want to be the fire Frank Martin guy. Like, I don't want to carry that torch. I did it with Will Muschamp, and it was exhausting. I don't. Now, again, if it gets to a point where a change needs to be made, I mean, I'm going to speak my truth and be honest. But, God, I'd like to hold out hope and believe that maybe we can still turn this thing around and have, maybe we can still go 500 in conference play, which will give you a chance. I think it'll put you pretty close to on the bubble. Patrick Mears says, let's hire Dawn to coach the men's team. Good one. Nathan says, Dawn's program is historically great. We're still trying to build the men's side. I mean, historically, is history made in like 7 years? Because that's how long it's been. I mean, historically, we're certainly a dynasty now, but I mean, I don't know. AJ Bowers, chances we land the wide receiver from Oklahoma. I'd love to see it, man. That dude's a stud. And I know Spencer Rattler tweeted at him. So who knows? Yeah, Matt Johnson, do we have a shot at Mario Williams? Greg Benger, we didn't just lose to Coastal, got blown out. Yeah, I mean, again, I can't explain that night. Just one of those weird nights where it was the perfect storm and nothing worked for you. I don't know. Nathan, tough loss against a really good team, but they can play better than they did. I don't disagree. Again, you hadn't played in 2 weeks. And again, what happened last night, I fully expected to happen. So I think I missed the prediction by like 3 or 4 points. So RJ Kelly says, if other football schools like Bama and Arkansas can be competitive year after year, we can too. Just a culture change. I don't totally disagree. Man. I don't disagree with you. I do not disagree with you at all. I agree. Nathan Scipio says, I think a lot of Carolina fans look at the basketball score, not actually what the team is doing. William Korb, when are you getting Rattler on the show? We're looking when he gets on campus, late January. It's going to happen. I'm very confident it's going to happen, though. Bryant Hughes, yeah, Devontae Holloman for linebackers coach. I'd be down with that. I'd be down with that, yeah. I would be down with that. So, again, we all want the same thing, which is our men's basketball program to be something we can be proud of. Certainly. And I guess even, too, like I said, the success on the women's side makes it even more frustrating, to be just totally honest with you, because it's like, damn, we can be number one in women's, but we can't even sniff the tournament in men's. Like, why is that? Why is that? Why is that? Dawn Staley's made life even tougher on Frank Martin. Because it's like, not only are you better in women's than men's, but you're exponentially better. Like, number one in the country better. Let's see. Anyways, taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. I don't see Pete Auk or Alyssa. I guess they're probably still asleep. James going to back away from the cliff. Yeah, he says the team didn't lay down the second half. A lot of basketball left. Auburn's the best team on our schedule. Yeah. So, again, Auburn top 10 team. They're really good. Let's see. Jeff Sweat, prediction for the national title. I don't have one yet. Friday, I'll give you one. Or maybe just Monday. The game's on Monday. I'll give you one Monday. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. Nathan, we need more talent on the men's side. I hear you. Brian Deal, the thought of who we'd bring in after Frank is horrifying. Well, Brian, what's the difference? Brian, genuinely. And see, that's the funniest thing about Gamecock fans, is that Gamecock fans are so worried that we're going to bring in a Darren Horn 2.0. When here's the reality, you don't care anyways. Fans are checked out anyway, so what difference does it make? If you're not making the tournament, it don't matter if you're winning 5 games or you're winning 25. So, I mean, what difference does it make? You don't stay in a bad relationship because, well, at least this person's better than my ex. They may not be all that great, but at least they're better than my ex. You don't just stick around to stick around. That's how nasty, ugly breakups and divorces and those things happen. You don't just stick around for the sake of it. So, I mean, again, though, it's just like, dude, if you're already checked out anyways, what difference does it make if you bring in who you bring in? Justin Martin says, Mike Peterson was the last Muschamp staff member. Good luck, Mike Peterson. It's so hard to watch Frank's team. Yeah, good luck to Mikey P. Again, he's going to his alum. I mean, that's not shocking. Going to his alum. And, yeah, again, last night was not fun. Not saying it was fun. Not saying it was fun. Brian Deal brings up something interesting, by the way, which, guys, I don't spend a whole lot of time on these airwaves trashing Ray Tanner, because I think Ray Tanner gets too much of the blame. Listen, the Muschamp thing was a blunder. We totally get that. The Muschamp ordeal was a complete blunder. Nobody's arguing that. But are we going to give Tanner credit for hiring Shane Beamer? Because Brian Deal says, not saying we shouldn't make a change, but does anyone have confidence in Tanner to upgrade? Do you think Ray Tanner's going to be doing it by himself? I mean, I think that's where you start getting the input of alumni, right? You start getting the input of other people. So, again, comments like that are why I don't understand why Ray Tanner even wants the job. I don't understand why he still wants to do it. I mean, fans are so against him anyways. Like, if I'm Ray Tanner, I'm like, dude, my legacy is cemented. I am I am the greatest, arguably the greatest coach to ever step foot on an athletic field of play at the University of South Carolina. I don't need this. I don't need fans breathing down my neck. I don't need ungrateful South Carolina fans calling for my head every day. I don't need, when we lose a basketball game, Gamecock fans tell me how bad I am at my job. I mean, I don't know why Ray wants to do it. I don't know why he wants to do it. I hope so that I don't have to hear it anymore about Ray Tanner. I hope he steps down. I hope he steps down. So, I mean, again, I'm not sitting here telling you guys I think Ray Tanner's a great athletic director. I don't think he is. I think that the job was much harder than he thought it was going to be when he took it. Because when he took over, everything was great. Spurrier was rolling. Baseball had won championships back-to-back, went to Omaha 3 in a row. Basketball was just kind of getting things going under Frank. So, you just hired Dawn Staley. Things were good. I don't think he ever expected it to be as hard as it was. Greg Benger, Muschamp deal get you fired in the regular corporate world. Well, being an athletic director is not the regular corporate world. That's all I can say. I don't disagree with you, but that's, just different rules, my guy, different rules. Tanner Land, Chris, did you like the Muschamp hire or were you against it? You know what's interesting about that? Yeah, I again, this is way pre-TSUS, way pre-TSUS. I had just moved to Charlotte when that happened. I was just a fan, man. I wanted the best. I wanted to believe that maybe Muschamp had learned from his mistakes. Did I love the hire? No. I don't know many people that did. But I thought, you know what? Everybody deserves a second chance in life. Maybe he's learned from his mistakes. But did I think it was a home run? I mean, the guy failed at Florida, man. I was like, not really. Not really. KG True Player, I might be biased, but put Retainer back in the dugout. I think you meant Ray Tanner. Guys, if Ray Tanner still wanted to coach baseball, he would have never left. He would have never left. So, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Travi, what does a good athletic director look like? Us winning in our sports programs, calculated risk. And again, that's why, Travi, I don't come down so hard on Tanner. Number one, guys, I'll be honest, I got a soft spot for Tanner. He's a legend. I love Ray Tanner, the baseball coach. But the other reason is because most people don't even know what an athletic director does on a day-in, day-out basis. And so how do you judge an AD? You judge an AD based on how many games the head coaches are winning. I mean, really, that's how you judge them. That's the only way you can. And the overall health of your athletic department, which the funny thing is this. The athletic department is actually very healthy. Top to bottom, very healthy. The problem has been that it's been, call it for what it is, the women's sports have been carrying the athletic department. And what moves the needle? Football, baseball, and men's basketball. That's what moves the needle. So I understand why people have been upset. I get it. But top to bottom, I mean, the athletic department's very healthy. Very healthy. Got a lot of teams accomplishing a lot of things. Hey, if we were going 11-2 or 11-1 in football, nobody'd give a damn that basketball wasn't doing well. Not nearly to the level, at least. You know what I mean? Nobody'd be calling for Ray Tanner to be gone. No, nobody would. Football's king. I know we love to give Clemson, the upstate folks, the mouth breathers, the crayon eaters, if you will, we love to give them hell about, y'all only care about one sport. But, dude, I mean, come on. Let's call a spade a spade. I mean, if you ask any fan base in America, especially in the SEC, right? Hey, you can either have a national championship caliber football program, but every other sport is going to be average to below average, or you can have all these other sports be, national championship caliber, but football is going to be a struggle. Come on, man. Everybody take football. Everybody would, because football moves the needle. Everybody would. I'm not saying I'm not going to go on social media like, would you trade? I hate when people have that conversation. Would you trade one national title or one this or one that for a football this and a baseball that and a basketball? It's like that's just, let's not take anything away from all of our sports. But football's king. Football's king. You know what I mean? So it's that's the big problem. And hey, at least now we have some hope in our program in football. We do have hope in our program. I mean, I think there will be as much hype and excitement around going into this season, I should say, as there's been in quite a long time. So, yeah, apparently the Carry-On Joyner accepted an NIL deal to become a Duke's Mayo Bowl ambassador, which is very interesting. Very interesting. So apparently he's going to receive $5,000. God dang. Not bad. Anyways, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Justin Langford says, Ray could coach until he was old and gray, y'all. The university decided to hire from within, and trust me, I was a little alarmed by it. Justin, are you insinuating that Ray Tanner wanted to keep coaching and the university hired him to be AD? Because that's incorrect, sir. That's very incorrect. Ray Tanner was done after 2012. He was done. He didn't want to coach baseball anymore, dude. He'd accomplished it all, man. Won back-to-back national titles, built one of the best college baseball programs in the country. He was done. He didn't want to coach. He wanted to pursue the next thing. So it wasn't, it wasn't where the university pulled him away from baseball. No, he wanted to get out of baseball. Caden Gibson says, putting into perspective, if Beamer gets to the playoffs one time in the next 10 years, he'd be able to stay at Carolina as long as he wanted to. Yeah, for sure. That's no question. P-Dog, Pac-10, baby. Pac-10. Joseph said it's more about him wanting money. What? Ray Tanner, you think needed money from the AD position? Come on now. He was getting paid over $1 million to be the baseball coach. Anyways, what a very interesting conversation we're having today. John Kruger says Pac-12. John, I don't know if you understand what P-Doc is insinuating regarding Pac-10, a.k.a. Pac-10 Roof. Tonight, Pac-10 Roof. And guys, by the way, yes, very excited for that, man. Brad Lawing joining me at 10 Roof, 5 to 7. He's going to be on stage around 6 or so. We're going to talk 2021 season. We're going to talk Shane Beamer. We're going to talk Rattler Steiner. We're going to talk 2022. All that. 5 to 7 in the Vista, downtown Columbia. $3 Rumple, $3 drafts. Come on out tonight. If you cannot be there, I cannot stress it enough. You must join the Big Cock Club to see the exclusive live stream from Tin Roof, and the conversation with Brad Lawing will be repurposed and redistributed tomorrow as our interview, if you will. That will also be on the Big Cock Club Patreon. So again, patreon.com/Big Cock Club. Go join today. or you can follow the link in bio on our social media channels, any of our social media channels. Join today. Again, we will be streaming live tonight, but it's a Big Cock Club exclusive. You got any questions, comments, let me know. But that's how we're rolling and rocking moving forward. Very excited for it. Would love to have you guys going out again. It's going to be an electric conversation, man. Brad Lawing's an absolute legend. An absolute legend. Again, guys, we're going to jump into our first break. 843-790-3377. I want to continue to hear from you. Your questions, your comments, your calls, and more on the other side. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. right, what's up, guys? We're back. 843-790-3377. Want to continue to hear from you, your questions, your comments, and your calls as well. What's going on? What's going on? Let's see here. Getting back to your questions. Nathan says Eric Hyman was a great AD for USC, and Tanner is the guy replacing the guy. Like I said, you never want to be the guy to follow the guy, right? You never want to be the guy to follow the guy. Hey, just like at Tin Roof, you don't want to be the guy at some point, maybe, just maybe someday. TSUS won't be at Tin Roof 5 to 7 on Wednesdays. You don't want to be the guy that has to replace the guy. You know what I mean? Something like that. Something like that. Brandon Watt says Satterfield saved his job. Satterfield saved his job. Certainly helped. Certainly helped. It certainly helped. Let's see. Matt Johnson, how about the new additions to Willoughby for 2022? The new video ribbon boards like the CLA has, long overdue, and the LED stadium lights. Going to be sweet, yeah. Oh, I agree. That's going to be absolutely incredible. Yep. Much needed. Much needed. Heath Hagler, who's your top picks for linebackers coach? I mean, I would go probably Shaq Wilson, Devontae Holloman. I mean, I think there's some obvious choices that are former Gamecocks. I mean, outside of that, man, I don't have like, here's my top 10 picks for linebackers coach. I mean, it's a linebackers coach, man. So I know Shane will get somebody good. I'd love to see Shaq Wilson take it over, Devontae Holloman take over the role. You know, I'm not saying it's not an important position, but it's not like you lost to DC. We'll be fine. And Clayton White focuses on linebackers also. So, Mikey P going to Florida, again, makes sense. He's an alum of Florida. No big deal. We'll be fine. We'll be good. It's Tendy Day. P-Dawg says it's Tendy Day. Here's some earth-shattering news, though, for P-Dawg. And those at Tin Roof are going to give me hell. We'll see if this lasts the night. But, I got pretty rowdy after the Gamecocks beat UNC in the Mayo Bowl. That's pretty much a given. And I've never done this before. And there's really not like a main reason. But over the last couple of days, it just kind of clicked. And right now, I think what I'm doing a dry January. So no drinking for the entire month of January. Not like I said, I'm not doing it because any particular reason, just like, why not? Whatever. So I'm sure the guys at Tin Roof are going to give me hell, by the way. So going to give me hell. P-Dawg Buck life, it ain't for everybody. Yeah. So that's a fact. That's a fact. Tyrell Campbell Sr., have you addressed the board behind you already? I didn't, and I wondered what people were talking about. And I realized I forgot to put it in. Isn't that something? You know what? That just makes it even more special. That makes it even better. Honestly, that makes it even better. I don't know. Next break, I'll put it in. I don't know. I was rushing, I guess. What it meant to obviously say is fantastic beer day. Not a fantastic spelling day, though. Not a fantastic spelling day. But yeah, yours truly doing a dry January. Not drinking for the month of January. Like I said, we'll see if that lasts through tonight. But haven't drank at all since the bowl game. So felt really good, too. Felt really good. Feel really good. Courtney, what's going on? Appreciate you tuning in. Can't Scrocker, we weren't good at linebacker anyway, so not a big loss. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So, anyways, guys, I want to continue to hear from you. 843-790-3377. Of course, podcast did drop this morning. Episode 570, talking Gamecocks loss to Auburn in basketball. Also, of course, the dominoes continue to fall. The dominoes continue to fall for Shane Beamer's team, as a lot of defensive pieces have announced their return. Robbie Davis just tried to call in. Robbie, give me 2 seconds. I didn't realize I had silence callers on my phone. Now you're good, Robbie. If you'd like to call in, Robbie, give us a call. 843-790-3377. Give us a call if you like, Robbie. I apologize. I thought that the phone lines were open, and apparently I did not have them open. So that's my bad. That's my bad. I just saw Robbie's number pop up. So I would expect a Robbie call here within the next couple minutes or so. So brace yourselves, folks. Brace yourselves. Robbie Davis, set to call in. Here we go. All right, here we go.
Call from
Robbie Davis, a.k.a. Kirk Herbstreit.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Robbie, what's going on, my friend? How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I just finished eating my lunch.
What'd you have?
Ramen noodles, but I doctored them up a little bit.
Ramen noodles, but he doctored them up a little bit. Love to hear it. What's going on, my friend?
Now, I personally don't care about who they get as linebacker coach because of this. All right, hear me out. The coaching staff that Beamer got, correct me if I'm wrong, he hit the nail on the head and got 8 out of the 10 people that he wanted to hire. Did he not?
That is what he said. That is what he said.
So I'm not really gonna blow it out of proportion if people go crazy with this thing. All right, I'm gonna do what I've always been doing ever since Beamer has been hired. I'm going to let Beamer do his job, let him do what he gets paid to do, and go from there.
I think that's a very smart way to look at it.
And I honestly, personally, selfishly, as a Gamecock fan, would I love to see either Devontae Holloman or Shaq become the linebackers coach? Yeah, because they've played through the school before. They know what it takes to be a great linebacker in the SEC.
Yeah, I think those are like no-brainer picks, man. I think it makes a lot of sense, and why not? You know, give your own a chance. I think Shaq Wilson or Holloman or what's Antonio Allen doing these days? Maybe Cliff Matthews. I think there are definitely good options out there.
Yeah, but those would be some good hires if that happened.
Yeah,
and
cool.
On last night's game, by the way, this is what I've said this before, and I'm gonna be real with you.
Keep it real with me now.
Like trash. We looked like trash last night.
Drop the hammer on him, Robbie.
Okay, we played like trash. All right, trust me, I'm a basketball fan in general, okay? But the fact that my favorite school that I have pulled for since I don't know how long, okay? Seeing them play that bad, I about wanted to, honestly, breach through the TV and smack Coach Martin. I'm like, what are you doing? You know, like,
Robbie, I would
honestly,
pay very good money to see you smack Frank Martin in the face.
But here's the thing, okay? We lost by 15 points, all right? If I was the coach, I would tell the players this. If I was you, I would try not to lose. Because however many points we lose by, that's how many suicides you're doing the next day in practice. I'm being dead serious, Chris. You're laughing, but I can tell you're laughing at me, but I'm telling the truth.
I'd hate to play for you.
But the reason I would do that is because it would hold them accountable. They'd be like, okay, we need to win because he wants to win. He wants us to succeed. So if we succeed, we don't have to do suicides no more.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying?
I'm following you. Yes, I am following you. Absolutely.
And we barely even, and we also barely even got to the free throw line. And when we did, we didn't capitalize on them.
Yeah, I mean, it was a it was a bad night all the way around, man. I mean, again, you lose by 15. I don't know though, Robbie. I guess I just came into the game with. I mean, I picked you to lose by 11, man. So I mean, what happened last night? It didn't surprise me. I was more disappointed. Now, hey, you want to run suicides for every turnover? I'd be down with that. We had 20 of them, so you know you can't turn the ball over and have a chance.
That's my last comment. For every turnover, they'll do a suicide.
So for every point they lose by
like,
and every turnover, we're doing suicides for both.
Every turnover, every point we lose by, and every turnover. Combine those together.
How about every missed free throw? How about just let's add every missed free throw too? We'll tack those on the end.
Oh no. Practice will not, no one will be allowed to leave practice until every single player makes at least 50 free throws.
We're about to have some long practices, my guy.
Well, you do the time.
I don't know that I want to watch Josh Gray shoot however many free throws it takes for him to make 50. I'm gonna say that right now.
Hey, can you imagine how long it would take Shaq to make 50 free throws?
I can't imagine. I can't even imagine.
Oh man.
So yeah.
I mean, it was difficult to watch, and I got some cousins, right? I always tell them how good our women's basketball team is, and they're like, "That doesn't qualify as a sport." I was like, "Well,
now see, that's a little hard.
I really don't care about what you think." I was like, "I don't really care about what you think because our girls' team could probably beat y'all's guys' team."
Who are they fans of again?
I got some family members that are fans of the crayon eating, purple pants wearing, white paw having.
Oh wow, that's a tough
losers. Look. So, but I just, I mean, obviously, I'm starting to feel like you said earlier in the show, that the way I'm starting to feel like the same way that you are. I feel like the way Frank Martin coaches does not work anymore.
Well, all right. Let me point this out though, Robbie. Let me point this out. If
after what happened last time, I'm starting to feel that.
Okay,
way.
let me also point this out though, because I don't want you to contradict yourself. Because if you say the way that Frank Martin coaches doesn't work, I don't think having players run suicides for every point they lose by and turnover and miss free throw combined and have to make 53 of those so they practice. That sounds like a living hell. So I don't know that that's the answer either. I just want to throw that out there.
Well, yeah.
If I'm a player, I don't know that that's my first choice.
How about just 10? How about all you got to do is make 10 and you can leave? How about 10? 10 free throws and you can leave. Not 50, because I know they got to do schoolwork and sleep and stuff. You make 10 free throws and you can leave.
Have social lives maybe too on the side, something like that.
Yeah, so 10 free throws and you can leave. But you miss a layup? Oh, Lord. Anybody miss a layup and I'm coaching? Oh, Lord. May God have mercy on them because I will not.
The real life Robbie Knight in the building.
And like, and also the whole Ray Tanner thing. Okay, he won back-to-back national titles in baseball. Mm-hmm. What more could he have done in 2012? Win another one? Yeah, he probably could have. But he was like, I already won 2 national titles. What more can I do anyway? I'm gonna retire.
Yeah, I think he wanted a new challenge, and I think from what I heard talking to Chad Holbrook that being an AD was something he had talked about and thought about, and yes, I mean he took on a new challenge.
Mm-hmm.
People do that, so it's
And at first, when I found out he was going to be the AD, I was kind of excited a little bit. I'm not going to lie, I was a bit excited. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were pretty
leaving.
I think a lot of people were pretty pumped. I mean, it's just there's always excitement when you're able to keep things in house, and
mm-hmm.
There's always that excitement. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And of course, you already know if I could, I'd be at Tin Roof tonight.
Well, we're going.
But my dad probably won't be up.
We're going to set it up one of these days, or Peyton Dawkins is going to come pick you up. I'm going to tell you that right now. We're going to have Peyton.
Does he know where Orangeburg is the question. Does he know where Orangeburg is?
Oh, P-Dawg got to go to Orangeburg. I don't know if he might be reconsidering. I don't know. Because he's got to take you home, too. That's the thing. He's got to take you home, too.
Hey, I got family members that live in Columbia, so he really wouldn't have to take me all the way back to the house, really.
You, Peyton Dawkins, and Alyssa have a big time at Old Tin Roof. Yeah, we'll have a real big time.
But yeah, I'm just excited to see, especially this time, like in the fall of this, obviously this year because we're in 2022.
Right.
I'm really excited to see how the football team looks come September and August, September is our first game is in
September 3rd. September 3rd. Yep.
So and I have every intention on going to the spring game.
You should.
It's
going to be a hell of a. They will certainly have it. It's going to be one hell of a time. So I'm looking forward to it as well.
And so I'm just really excited. The only thing that I'm really kind of I obviously just did it just to mess with him, but my sister is getting married in a couple of months.
Really?
Okay.
Congratulations
Here's the scary part.
Your sister.
No. You can say congratulations, but here's the scary part. He went to Clemson.
Tough. Hey, Robbie, guess what? My sister's getting married in October, and her fiance is a Clemson grad. So.
Oh Lord, you're gonna give him all kinds of hell, ain't you?
My brother's already done it. So I'm pretty sure he hates. I'm pretty sure he hates us. So it is what it. No, whatever. I mean, whatever. We definitely do. No. See, we definitely do give him some trash.
My sister. So. Oh yeah. Well, trust me. My sister had the first day I ever met the guy. Kid you not. She told him, like, look, I'm just giving you a heads up. My brothers are very protective, and they're probably going to give you crap for being a Clemson grad, especially Robbie, a.k.a. me, is going to give you crap for being a Clemson fan. And yes, I did. Absolutely, I did.
Let him feel your wrath.
I told him,
let him feel your wrath, my guy. Let him feel your wrath.
Of course, I told him, I said, listen, if I don't pick at you and I don't mess with you, that means I don't care about you. But if I pick at you and mess with you, that means I care about you. That's what I told him.
Very true. Very true.
But yeah, and I still believe, last thing, and then I'm going to get off of here. But I truly still believe, because after last night, we're 9-4, okay? We're 9-4 as of last night. I still believe this team could wind up finding its stride and doing a little something.
Mm-hmm.
I do. It's just they got to gel. They haven't quite full on gelled yet, and if that happens, I truly do think we can hit our stride.
Well, hopefully that happens sooner rather than later, my guy, because you got to bounce back Saturday National and get that W. You absolutely have to.
And we got to go up against Scottie Pippen Jr. Oh, Lord. That's going to be interesting, going up against Scottie Pippen Jr.
Yeah, no, for sure. He's a good player. Robbie, I'm not meaning to kick you
course
off.
He is
Hey, I'm not meaning to kick you off
All
the
right, I'm
airwaves
gonna go,
today.
okay?
Because,
you have a great day and have a great show tonight at 10
Yeah,
minutes,
we got Alex Mcgrath jumping on here in 10 minutes, so I'm gonna get him on. But no, for sure, man. Appreciate you. It's always a blast to hear from you. Always a pleasure to chat with you, and we'll talk soon, my guy. We'll talk soon.
All right.
Good stuff. Robbie Davis on the airwaves as always. 843-790-3377, guys. That's 843-790-3377. Going to take a quick break because, like I said, guys, on the other side, former Gamecocks football player Alex Mcgrath. Of course, normally he's chatting with us on Tuesdays, but with the schedule that was this week, the basketball, getting Alex on today here on this Wednesday. Very excited. Our first time chatting, by the way, since the Duke's Mayo Bowl. Very excited to get his thoughts, his comments, his reactions to everything that went down just over a week ago in Charlotte, North Carolina. Folks, we'll be right back. Your questions, your comments, your calls, and more on the other side of the break. And Alex Mcgrath joining us. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we are back here on a Wednesday, hump day, January the 5th, 2022. What I'm going to do right now is close up the phone lines for a little bit because, like I said, here in just a couple of minutes, we will have former Gamecocks football player Alex Mcgrath joining me. Like I said, guys, normally we have Alex on the show on Tuesday. But, of course, due to just the schedule this week with basketball on Tuesday and all that, was unable to have our normal, Tuesday show with Alex. But I definitely wanted to make sure we get Alex Mcgrath on. And P-Dawk, don't be dirty. Don't make it nasty, P-Dawk. Don't make it nasty, Peyton Dawkins. Anyways, very excited to chat with Alex Mcgrath. We're just waiting for him to join the chat, if you will, here in a couple of minutes. But either way, appreciate you all tuning in. Like I said, guys, really excited for what's going on with Gamecocks football. Of course, last night with the basketball team and just tough. Sucks to suck, I guess. I don't know. Our guy Stevie, though, did wonders. By the way, that's a good thing. I forgot to remind you guys. TSUS.store. Use the promo code SHOOTERSHOOT for 20% off your purchase until about 9 o'clock or so tonight. When our guy Stevie scores 20 points or more, you get 20% off your merch. So, again, that's promo code SHOOTERSHOOT on TSUS.store. TSUS.store. Let's see. We're just waiting on my guy, Alex Mcgrath, to join. Hopefully, he has no technical issues. Either way. Yeah, guys, definitely come out to Tin Roof tonight, man. Tin Roof tonight's going to be legendary. If you have not done so today, or if you have not done so, join the Big Cock Club, by the way, if you want exclusive access to the stream. The Tin Roof stream will now exclusively be offered via the Big Cock Club. And also, we're going to redistribute the Brad Lawing interview on the Big Cock Club. This is a Big Cock Club exclusive. So, again, sign up today, patreon.com/Big Cock Club. Or you can go to any of our social media channels, click the link in bio. You can click Big Cock Club, and there it will be. Very simple. But, again, very well worth it. All of our new, unique interviews will be behind there. All the video, audio, all that good stuff. Really excited for that. Again, new and unique interviews are back in 2022. I know for a while there we were putting up the throwback interviews and stuff like that. Which those will continue to be free because they're already distributed. But all the new and unique interviews will be behind that Big Cock Club wall. I will say this, though. We will continue to promote these interviews via clips on social media. So, you're going to get a lot of the best parts of the interviews on social media. But if you want to join, get the whole thing, all the video, audio, stuff like that. Cody Gaskins asked, if you do the Rattler interview, will it only be available for Big Cock Club members? Absolutely, yes. Like I said, all new and unique interviews. Yes. As of right now, I'm saying yes. Now, Cody makes a very good point in regards to that would be a great one too. But like I said, we're going to spread so many clips, that interview will spread. But yes, that's going to be for Big Cock Club members. Yes. We released the Big Cock Club, and it's been a great place to interact and hang out and chat amongst each other and provide you guys a ton of value. But I'm hitting the gas pedal. We're amping this thing up. I'm adding even more value. So we're gonna continue to add value, continue to flood you guys with value, and especially in the Big Cock Club. And if you're going to be paying $9.99 a month, or if you're going to sign up for an annual membership, which you can do now in the Big Cock Club, and you get 10% off, I'm going to make sure you're getting the absolute most out of it. I'll tell you that right now. Again, we're waiting on Alex Mcgrath. I don't know where my guy Alex is. He's late to his own freaking guest appearance, which is interesting. He is late to his own guest appearance. Gotta love that. He just texted me that said he's logging on, so we're good. We are good. Travis Lee says that interview got to be available for everyone. Maybe it will. Maybe it won't. I don't know, Travis. I don't know. We will cross that bridge, my friend, when we get to it. We will cross that bridge when we get to it. Let's see. Our guy, Alex. Let's see. Oh, man. I think what the problem is, he normally does this on his phone. I don't know, though. I feel like the last guy we had on was on his phone. I don't know. Oh, there he is. Okay. Cool. All right, guys. As we always have, I'm going to go ahead and add him on to the stream here. My guy, Alex, what's up?
What's up, everybody?
There we go. So this is a little bit different, obviously. I know you were probably, normally we're actually chatting normally on Monday. So this is just completely different. We're chatting on a Wednesday. But, my guy, I had to get you on, man. Obviously, the first time we've chatted on the airwaves since the Duke's Mayo Bowl, which was just over or just under a week ago, I should say. And I know we have a lot to discuss. I think, honestly, I think if we would have lost, I would have been like, you know what? Let's just leave it alone and we'll just kind of forget it ever happened. But hey, when you win the way we did, and Shane Beamer gets the Mayo bath, I feel like it's something worth discussing. But either way, my guy, I appreciate you taking the time. How you been over the last week or so?
It's been good, man. It's been good. It was awesome to see us absolutely mollywop somebody in a bowl game for first time in what felt like forever. So that was
first bowl win since the 2018 Outback Bowl against Michigan, which, I mean, that wasn't a blowout, though. I mean, that was a game we probably should have lost, and fortunate to get a couple turns. Either way, though, the last bowl win, it had definitely been a while. So, yeah, we'll start there, my man. I want to get just, again, your immediate thoughts. Gamecocks beat North Carolina by a final score of 38-21. You're up 18-0 after the first quarter. And again, when you and I chatted last week, I mean, there were a lot of different directions that we saw this game going. But did you ever in your wildest dreams think that South Carolina was able, of the offensive output especially, we saw 543 yards of offense, 300 on the ground, 242 through the air. Alex, the Gamecocks had 300 yards of offense at halftime. I mean, did you ever fathom that type of output was possible?
No. If you had told me we were going to have 300 rushing yards, I would have asked you where you got the crack from. There's no way.
Yeah.
There's just no way.
Yeah. I mean, we knew the UNC defense was, not great, a deficiency, and we knew something had to give. But I mean, the offensive line, the way they played. When we talk offense, we got to start Dak Joyner, man. I mean, I know, again, you played with some guys, and you see it all the time, the great stories in college football, and guys just get their opportunity and they make the most of it. But that Dak Joyner story, and again, he goes 9 for 9 for 160, runs for like 60 yards, obviously wins the MVP. I mean, that's really stuff of legends. You could not have drawn that up or scripted that much better than the way it went.
No, I mean, it's the ultimate testament to his career at South Carolina to be kind of, I don't want to say relegated in the way he was, but, coming in as a quarterback, being asked to change positions, going through, all the turmoil that he's been through, and then to kind of put this crowning achievement on it. It's really just a testament to Dak and how hard he's worked and that he's stuck with this program and finally got the recognition he deserves for it.
Now, I know, Alex, again, you've been very level-headed when it comes to Marcus Satterfield and his status as offensive coordinator. And again, that's, I make that point because not many folks have been or were throughout the 2021 season. But we started to hear rumblings, at least I did. I know others probably close to the program did, about DeCarrion Joyner getting a serious look at quarterback, even potentially starting. And that's what I was hearing going into kickoff, that he was going to start the game. I mean, obviously, He started the game, technically played one snap, then Zeb Nolan comes in. Then it was just kind of a back and forth the rest of the way. But, how much kudos, I guess, and what are your overall thoughts on the game plan? Like the fact that they, I think you could have just went with the simple, hey, we're just going to roll with Zeb one last ride. He'll play every snap, whatever. We'll just kind of operate that way. But after the Jason Brown opt-out, I think it was very, very clear, very obvious that Shane Beamer, Marcus Satterfield, the entire offensive staff knew they had to throw in some sort of a wrinkle, and having a couple weeks to prepare certainly helps. And then you see DeCarrion Joyner out there and do what does what he did. I guess how much of the credit do you give to Satterfield and your just overall thoughts on the offensive game plan they put together, because it worked to perfection?
Yeah, it absolutely did. In regards to the game plan, that's I'll put it to you like this, for being level-headed on Satterfield. After the Texas A&M game, I thought that was probably a stain on one's mark that you don't come back from. But at the same time,
11 yards of offense in the third quarter. That's pretty tough to come back from.
It was tough. That was a tough scene. But at that same point, it's like, the offensive line was opening up running holes to, during the bowl game. So it's like you've got space for the running backs to run, and Kevin Harris went wild. And, if that had happened against A&M, you'd probably get the same result. So I don't know how much of that is, or how much of that was scheme or something that may have changed. It's my hope that it's, they saw something that they figured they could exploit or something they needed to change. But, in regards to Dak, we talked about that on the preview pod. It's just like, what really is the point of running Zeb back out there, given he has no eligibility remaining? Now, I know we talked, or at least I did, talk about throwing Colton Gauthier out there. But, you've got another experienced quarterback in the wide receiver room that probably is going to run the type of offense that you want to run, or that you were expecting to be able to run with Luke Doty back there. So that makes a ton of sense to make that move over there. And, certainly credit where credit's due to Satterfield getting that done.
Now, Alex, what do you say to the fans who asked the question, which, I think it's a fair question, because a lot of folks asked after that game, amidst the celebration, well, why didn't we do that 3, 4, 5, 6 games ago? But what do you, because I have my opinions on it, but I want to hear from you. Why do you feel like South Carolina maybe didn't look that direction earlier in the season, Dak Joyner specifically at quarterback?
Prep time. Yeah. Purely prep time. You've got somebody that hasn't practiced at quarterback, throughout spring practice, throughout summer camp, and it's tough to make that transition with, 3 days of lead time. You give yourself 3 weeks, that's a lot more doable in that sense.
Yeah, and I tend to think, Alex, I don't know if you'd agree, but, and what I tell people is, listen, the story's great. Obviously the outcome was fantastic. Not to be the Debbie Downer, not to be the bad guy, but I think realistically, it was sort of the perfect storm. Like you mentioned, you had weeks to get ready. You had weeks to prepare Dak Joyner. You had weeks to put together a game plan for him of plays he felt comfortable running. I don't know that on a week in, week out basis against SEC defenses that would have worked this year. You know what I mean? I don't know. He's not going to go 9 for 9 every week. That's for damn sure.
No. Yeah. No, certainly not. So, yeah, to your point, probably not. But, it was enough of a change-up in a bowl situation to where North Carolina obviously didn't see that coming and were woefully unprepared for it.
Now, Alex, we spend so much time talking offense because that's the fun part of the game, right? That's what puts butts in the seats, and certainly Marcus Satterfield was a major talking point all season. But I'd be remiss if we did not talk about the defense, because here's the thing. We knew something had to give. UNC was terrible defensively. Gamecocks were terrible offensively. So it's like, okay, what's going to be – who's going to show up? Somebody's going to look good or better than they have been all year on Saturday. And certainly on the Dukes Mayo Bowl, and certainly was the Gamecocks. But the job of South Carolina defensively to not only hold up against Sam Howell, they made him look just – below average. I was shocked how well the Gamecocks performed. Again, not having J.J. Enigbare. The defensive line, I thought, probably played their best game of the year. Secondary made some fantastic plays led by guys like Darius Rush. You didn't have Cam Smith, and you're still able to hold down UNC defensively. I just can't say enough good things about Clayton White, Torian Gray, And again, Sam Howell, we both agree. I mean, Sam Howell is a legitimate NFL guy, and
Oh, yeah.
I mean, South kind of held him in check all day.
He looked quite pedestrian against our defense for 4 straight quarters. So,
Yeah.
no, I mean, what else can you say about the defense? All they've done all year is keep us in games, keep giving us the ball, keep giving the offense the ball back on key turnovers. I mean, tip of the cap to Clayton White, and he's definitely earned himself a blank check when the contract negotiations come back up.
Yeah, just to give you some perspective, Alex, the Gamecocks went 6 of 11 on third downs. UNC, 1 of 10. I mean, that right there, you could just look at that stat line and say, you know what, South Carolina probably won that football game. I mean, when you win the third down battle that greatly, certainly it's probably going to swing in your favor. Now, I want to move again. We've already talked about Spencer Rattler, his addition, what it means. This was another question that came up at the game, and I'm really intrigued and curious to get your thoughts on it because I was asked, do you feel like the offense that was run with the Carry-On Joyner in there, where the biggest thing that stood out to me, and it might sound like an obvious, was just the way he was able to extend plays. I mean, there were definitely plays where he had pressure in his face. He's able to roll out, make an accurate throw on the run. Hey, maybe it was only a 3 or 4 yard gain, but it wasn't a 10-yard loss. I mean, that made all the difference in the world. Do you feel like South Carolina will be able to run a similar offensive scheme, have the same type of offensive success with Spencer Rattler due to not only, obviously, we know the kid's got a cannon, but he has mobility?
Yeah, I mean, he should. I mean, he's not mobile like Dak's mobile, but I mean, he's mobile enough to get away from pressure and at least get rid of the ball to where you're avoiding, disaster 13-yard losses on second downs.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not going to go in there and rush for 150 yards, but, he's athletic enough to avoid pressure and get the ball out. So, I mean, I think, yes, you can see that same level of success for sure.
Yeah, and Alex, I definitely, again, we're talking offense. I don't want to gloss over the performance, by the way, of Jaheim Bell. I mean, put all of college football on notice, young man, with that performance. And there's been a lot of smoke around Jaheim Bell, obviously, of course, coming back next season and sliding outside at receiver. Just your personal opinion, how do you best see him fitting in the offense? Do you like him outside? Do you like him at tight end? Do you like him kind of all over the place? Because he's obviously a guy who needs to touch the football early and often. And I would expect he's going to be one of, if not the top target for Spencer Rattler in 2022.
I think he probably makes more sense. That's a good question. He probably makes more sense as a hybrid type position. So kind of like a Jimmy Graham type tight end player where, you're flexing him out in the slot. He's not somebody that you're going to depend upon for power run game situations, or at least I don't think so. So being able to move him around and get him matched up on safeties and linebackers is probably more advantageous from that type of position than putting him solely on the outside.
Yeah, I mean, again, I tend to think I think he made his case for wide receiver 1, man. I mean,
Now you got the second blessing of this with Josh Vann coming back.
Right. But I do agree with you that, again, you look at where Shane Beamer was at Oklahoma, like I feel like Jaheim Bell sort of reminds you of like those H-back type but a much more athletic version. But those guys, they just slide all over. And I mean, I think with Jaheim Bell, and again, this might be stating the obvious, but it's going to be all about finding the mismatch. I mean, and he's a guy that's a mismatch, I mean, against a lot of dudes. I mean, he made the UNC secondary just look, I mean, pathetic. And I know they weren't great coming in, but man, I mean, it was a man amongst boys when Jaheim Bell last Thursday.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
No, he made them look quite ridiculous. And certainly, having him in that kind of slotted position doesn't, negate the fact that you can still put him outside and throw jump balls to him and all that stuff. I'm not saying don't do that. It's just really from you want to put him in the best possible matchup situation that you can, and having him in that, floating H-back type position, I think, creates matchup nightmares for defensive coordinators, and that's what you want to do.
Yeah, agreed. Now, again, we are turning the page to, it's crazy. I mean, the game just happened 6 days ago, but, we're already turning the page to 2022 and looking ahead. And tomorrow's podcast, actually, I'm locking in my way too early predictions for 2022. Emphasis on the way too early part. But looking back at 2021, before we close the book, your just overall thoughts again. We talked in the preseason, what would be a successful year for Shane Beamer? We all agreed getting this team to a bowl game, especially if you can win a bowl game, what it would mean. And I'll tell you this, Alex, last week was a very tough look for the bowl games don't matter crowd, because I understand, like, is it make or break for your program if you lose the game? Oh my God, the program's in the tank. No. But I tell you what, man, that energy, that enthusiasm, and now how Gamecock fans feel this week with, Gamecock fans are on cloud 9 this week after winning that Duke's Mayo Bowl. But looking back, again, your just overall thoughts and takeaways on specifically the job that Shane Beamer did in year one. And I know most likely what your take is going to be, but I just want you to speak on it again as an alum, former player, as a fan, the job that Coach Beamer was able to do in his first season.
I mean, it's unbelievable. We were supposed to win, 3-4 games, and we just won a bowl game in year one. And I know I've said it like ad nauseum on the pod, but like I'm actually excited about Saturdays again. I'm excited about like where Gamecock football is going. To have somebody sitting in that chair that loves the university, wants to be there, is gonna grind himself to the core to get this program where it can get to. And it's excitement that's come back to it. It's like, there's potential looming out there again. It's not, we went from legendary coach to legendary coach to unfortunate retread that kind of led us down this path.
Not quite a legend, you're saying?
I mean, he's a legend in the paid not to coach anymore.
Yeah, contractual legend, the king of backing his way into. I mean, the guy's literally competing for a national championship on Monday, which is sickening. But either way, continue.
I mean, kind of, but did neither.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, it was like saying, like, who's the Tennessee coach? Oh, Butch Jones, like that wound up as like an analyst on Alabama's staff, has rings. Okay, Butch, good for you.
Yeah.
It's just that like excitement, and like I'm happy about Saturdays coming around again, because I'm like excited to watch the game and see like where this progression is going. And it's like, the progress that all of us wanted to see. Certainly, I would say probably at least initially, and really throughout the entire season, didn't really live up to where we wanted to get to. Whether that be through injuries or personnel situations or kind of whatever came up on that front. But to get wins over Auburn, Florida, winning a bowl game, like you can kind of see that spark. And now you get to go into 22 like QB1 position is settled. You got a good recruiting class coming in. You've got like all this momentum sitting behind the program, and it's exciting to see where it's going to go.
Now, like I said, Alex, we closed the book on 2021. It's never too early to look ahead. So I got to get your thoughts, your take on. I'm not going to ask you for a record or anything, but like you said, Saturdays are exciting again. And hey, for better or for worse, when you win, welcome to the pressure cooker that is the SEC. All of a sudden, the Gamecocks go from honeymoon phase, no expectations, just fight and try to get to 6 wins, to all of a sudden, hey, Shane Beamer, fans are starting to look and say, Coach, we're going to win 8 this year. We're going to win 9. We're going to beat Georgia. We're going to beat Clemson. Realistically from you, expectations in year 2. I know we all want to see progress, sustained progress. You add Rattler. So, of course, the expectations rise, but for you, again, we're a long ways out, and we'll chat again as we get closer, of course, to kickoff, but how do you view 2022? It's the SEC. The schedule's as tough as ever. You trade, unfortunately, Auburn for a road date at Arkansas, who's on the up and up. You still play Georgia. You still play A&M. You still play Clemson. But your overall thoughts on 2022, if you had to pinpoint it right now, what does success would you say? Is there a number, a win total you throw out there? Or what does success look like, your expectations overall in year 2?
I think it's being competitive in every game and not having a Clemson type performance and an A&M type performance and a Tennessee type performance. So I think it's eliminating those from the record. And, really like looking at it, as objectively as possible, which I guess admittedly isn't super objective. Like, to me, like other than the Georgia game, the rest of them seem like toss-ups to me, at least, like initially, because as everybody's, and I'm not like comparing us to Alabama, but as everybody saw in the SEC championship game, if you have the best quarterback in the matchup, you have a gigantic inherent advantage. And all of a sudden, we have gone from a space of starting a GA and an FCS transfer to having one of the most highly recruited quarterbacks in the last 5 years sitting on our roster. And the difference that can bring from, just a confidence standpoint for all of those guys around him, and the advantage that gives you just in general, I think makes you a pretty tough competitor in every game that you're going to play.
Yeah, and I think also, too, to your point, Alex, you mentioned eliminating the blowouts. I also think that winning the way you win, I think in year 2, you can go just 7-5. You can only increase your win total by 1 or, maybe 2. I think 8-4 would obviously be a great year, and a lot of fans have picked that. But beating the Vanderbilts by 3+ touchdowns, dominating the Georgia States and the SC States and the Charlottes, not struggling to win every single game, because I think that's what kind of irked people in year 1 was it was like, yeah, you went 7-6. You needed a game-winning field goal to beat East Carolina. You beat Troy by 9 points. You beat Vandy by 1 on a game-winning drive. So, to your point, I think you're correct, eliminating the blowouts, being competitive, but also winning with style. Because we've talked about a lot. It's the culture of football. How you win is just as important as winning.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, beating Vandy by a point on the final second drive, that was a tough look.
Yeah.
Probably equally as tough as having 11 yards of offense against Texas A&M. So,
indeed,
let's bring those two tail ends of the curve together a little bit in 2022.
Alex, it's been a pleasure, man. Truly appreciate it. Last thing before I get you out of here, your thoughts on watching Shane Beamer get the Mayo bath and really get a concussion in the process?
That was that was a lot to take in for Coach Beamer there. Mostly one, because he didn't want to do it, and then 2, to get absolutely whacked in the back of the head. And I guess, with him being in concussion protocol, I guess he could blame that for his very public assassination of Dennis Dodd.
R.I.P. Truly. # find some joy. I also loved what he said, by the way. I think it was on the Pat McAfee show where he said, once they catch this lawsuit, it's going to be the Shane Beamer Dukes Mayo Bowl or whatever. Which I was like, that's perfect. One more thing. I'm honestly, Alex, so grateful and thankful you came on the airwaves, because after I posted the video of me eating like half a jar of mayonnaise, I wasn't sure that you would consider. So thank you. And I gotta defend myself, because people have asked. The plan when I recorded that video was not to eat 4 spoonfuls. It was to eat 1. But I think it was one of those situations where as I was recording, and I'm kind of talking and the camera's just rolling, you're like, what do I do with my hands? So I'm just like naturally just doing for another dip. And 4 scoops later, how do I put this? About an hour later, my toilet felt the wrath from that mayonnaise.
I bet it did.
It did.
You can't eat it like that.
I wouldn't suggest it. I wouldn't suggest it for all those curious. But you know what? In the name of victory, sometimes you have to do some pretty silly things. But either way, Alex, for sure.
You got to do what you got to do. Listen.
Yeah, absolutely. Alex, I want to say this too, man. It's been a pleasure. The audience obviously has really enjoyed your commentary, your perspective, everything you provide over the course of the season. We had somebody ask in the comments here, does Alex want to coach linebackers? I don't know if
It wouldn't help. It would not help.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, Alex, seriously, it's been a pleasure, man. I know we'll probably talk to you as we get closer to the spring game and kind of give our thoughts on spring ball and stuff like that. And of course, we'll have you back for the 2022 season. But it's been a pleasure, been a blast, my friend. Obviously, we'll chat off air, but I know that the audience is extremely appreciative of everything you provide on a weekly basis, and I am as well. So, again, thank you, my friend, and we'll most certainly chat again soon.
Absolutely, bud. No, and thank you to you, too, for giving me a platform to allowed my frustrations about Gamecock football to come pouring out into the social media airwaves.
Well, at least now it's more, I feel like, celebrations than it is frustration. I'm like, people don't realize how rough it got on a weekly basis in 19 and 20, where it's like, hey, what are your thoughts? Like, well, here we are again. Here we are again.
I have nothing new. My window is still I look at my window and it's still a death spiral.
Right.
I don't know what to tell you.
Oh my God. Hey, it feels good to have hope again. Feels good to have excitement. Alex, again, appreciate you taking the time, my friend. We'll chat again soon.
Sounds good, buddy.
Great stuff. That is Alex Mcgrath, folks. That is Alex Mcgrath, former Gamecock football player. Always a pleasure to chat with Alex. Truly appreciate him taking the time. And again, thank you guys so much for your love and support in regards to those shows specifically. You know, I joked with Alex before that, hey, if my audience didn't like you, I wouldn't keep bringing you back on. But it's, you know, kind of the truth. And you guys obviously really enjoy those segments. And I enjoy it as well, because it's great to talk to a former Gamecocks football player and get their perspective and their thoughts on, you know, everything taking place within the program. And it's really, really cool. So again, guys, we're going to jump into a final break. Excuse me. We're going to jump into a final break here. John Kruger says, where'd you post the video of eating mayo? All over, but if you want to see it, probably the easiest would be TikTok. It's probably one of the latest videos I posted. But either way, we're going to jump into one final break, and I want to take your questions, comments, calls in the last 10 minutes or so that we have. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377 here on a Wednesday. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, we're back. Final 10 minutes or so here on a Wednesday. 843-790-3377. Somebody close us out in style with an epic call, why don't you, huh? Somebody out there. Why not? Phone lines are open. Phone lines are open. Michael Samuel says, the worst part was watching the commentators dip different snacks in the mayonnaise. I didn't actually see that because, again, I was at the game and I didn't go back and, like, watch a replay or anything. So, yeah, I heard they were doing, like, Oreos, which why? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? So, again, guys, quick reminder, 2 things. Discount running right now. Oh, here we go. We got a call. Never mind.
Call from
Hi, this is Bradley Miller.
Bradley Miller. What's going on, my friend?
What's up?
What's up, man? Hey, mute your TV in the background so everybody can hear you.
Okay.
Bradley Miller. What's going on, my friend?
What's up, Chris?
Hey, mute your TV in the background.
Okay. How you doing, Chris?
Yeah, what's going on, man? Doing well. How are you?
Doing good. I had liked the interview against you and Alex. Right. It's really interesting about the football. Male twofold.
Yeah, Alex is a legend, man. It's always a good conversation with him, and I appreciate him taking the time. But yeah, man, Alex provides great perspective, and yeah, it's a pleasure to have him on every season for sure.
Yeah, I do too, man. I do.
I appreciate that. Yeah, like I said, I joke with him all the time that you know, if the fans didn't like the conversation with him, they didn't like him on the show, I wouldn't bring him back on. So yeah, I'm really glad you guys enjoy it.
Right.
So, but yeah, no, it was a great win, man. It was a great win. I mean, obviously, again, a lot of positive momentum and positive energy for South Carolina, and you know, looking forward to what's next.
Yeah, I love how the Gamecock offense had really tricked them ass because he didn't know coming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, they didn't. UNC had no clue what was coming. So
laughing. Like, ain't no way in living hell that he just stand there got the whole 4 quarters of the football game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it just hung him on the cross or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a heck of a game, man. It was a heck of a game. Great job by all parties. We everything that could have went right. You feel like kind of so. I
mean, we prayed for the Christmas gift, but we got it.
We did, man. Like I said, it was a blast. It was a blast. Things you absolutely love to see. That's for sure. So.
Yeah, and I kind of enjoy watching the Sheen Beaver getting bathed in the mail.
Yeah. Glad it was him and not me. I'd have much rather had a couple spoonsful of it than gotten doused in it. But hey, if it means victory, you love to see it. So.
Yeah. I know. All the mayo. I was like, damn.
Yeah, tough. The mayo bath was tough for sure.
So, about Marcus Satterfield, I know everybody's tired of talking about this damn boy, this damn man.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, like everybody was wondering that what the season will look like in 2022 football season. Is he going to be different, or is he going to be a fuck up again?
Mm-hmm.
And back in my mind, like he's going to look forward to fucking up the offense like always. Something got to give.
Yeah.
Now, I would love to see y'all win every football game, even through especially with Kentucky football game and Clemson, most definitely.
Mm.
If they try to get a new offensive coordinator.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't think there will be no excuses for Marcus Satterfield in 2022. I mean, you got your quarterback, and it's year 2. There will be no excuses, bottom line. So, you know, if you don't produce offensively, it falls on one guy, and that is Satterfield. So I have no issues. Yeah. I have no issues with him coming back. I think there were a lot of issues that were present with this football team outside of the play caller. But again, now you got your quarterback. That's not an excuse anymore, and I think you've got enough weapons with Spencer Rattler to make things happen offensively and be, much better than you were, certainly better than 116th in the country. So you've got all the pieces, I think the weapons, for the most part that you need. So if it doesn't work out, we know who to blame and we know where the change needs to be made.
Yeah, because if he keeps fucking up in new season of football season 2022, if he doesn't, it's gonna snow.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you 100%, my guy.
Because the more football games he watches on Saturday, the more fucked up he gets in the background, behind the scenes, but not on the football field.
Mm.
The best part about watching the bowl was he wasn't there. I didn't feel his presence there.
Mm.
That was the best part about it.
Yeah, for sure. No, yeah, for sure, man. I like I said, I have tons of optimism moving forward, but there's still things that definitely need to be fixed and need to be altered going into 2022. But, feels good to win your last game. And like I said, the Gamecocks have as much positive momentum and positive energy as any team moving forward for sure. But, Bradley, appreciate the call, my guy. Again, we've got to close out here. 5 minutes to go here on a Wednesday, January the 5th, 2022. Carolina Titans, is it true that Braden Davis has already arrived on campus? I'm not 110% sure. I mean, they'll be on campus within the next few days, I would assume, because the semester literally starts next Monday. So they'll be here very soon. Brian Dean says, I didn't feel too bad about the loss last night. Auburn's really good, and we got to control our turnovers. 9-4 ain't the end of the world. Vandy won't be a pushover. They beat Arkansas 75-74 there, and 9-4 as well. He also says, I don't care who you are, 18 turnovers equals losses. Yeah, I mean, that's, you knew you had to play a really, really good game to beat Auburn, and that may have been enough. So, if you'd have told me you had 20 turnovers before the game, I would have said certainly you lost. I mean, there's just no question. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, just a couple minutes to go. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. What was the final score in that Kansas State LSU game? I see that Kansas State, it looks like, won, huh? 42-20. Wow. I know LSU had like 39 players, so whatever. Either way, guys, again, the quick reminders. TSUS.store, promo code SHOOTERSHOOT for 20% off your purchase, thanks to our guy Stevie with 25 points last night in the loss to Auburn. But still, our guy Stevie balling out. You get 20% off your entire purchase with the promo code SHOOTERSHOOT. And then, of course, tonight, guys, Tin Roof. Live at Tin Roof, 5 to 7. Very, very excited to get back out there, and certainly excited to chat with former Gamecocks defensive line coach Brad Lawing, an absolute legend. If you cannot be there in person at Tin Roof in the Vista in downtown Columbia, join the Big Cock Club today. Patreon.com/Big Cock Club, exclusively streaming on our Patreon. And, of course, like I said, that conversation will be redistributed tomorrow on the Big Cock Club specifically. So, again, a Big Cock Club exclusive coming for you guys. Be sure to join today. Patreon.com/Big Cock Club, or also go to the links in bio on our social media. You can click that link. The link to the Big Cock Club will be there. So, again, really excited to get Brad Lawing back on the show. Again, we'll have plenty of clips on social media as well promoting the show. Really good stuff. Excited, very excited to hear his overall thoughts on the 2021 season, the job that Shane Beamer did, recruiting, transfer portal, Rattler, Stogner, 2022, everything. We're going to talk about all that and more. He'll be on stage, by the way, guys, for those coming out. He'll be on stage right around 6 o'clock or so. I told him to show up about 5:45 so we get him on stage at 6 because, again, I know people are getting off work, and I want to make sure I try to get him on as late as we can so as many of you can hear from and see Brad Lawing, if you will, in person. So going to be a really good time. Really good time. Really looking forward to it. And again, really appreciate Coach Lawing for taking the time to chat. Again, guys, quick reminder, episode 570 of the podcast, episode 570 of the podcast did drop today, breaking down everything with the Gamecocks basketball game against Auburn, as well as, how about all these returners, right? The dominoes continue to fall. The dominoes continue to fall for Shane Beamer's team, Clayton White, especially on the defensive side. Ton of your top defenders, Jordan Strawn, R.J. Roderick, Zach Pickens. You know, Josh Van is rumored to be back. I think it's probably almost a given. He hasn't officially announced anything, but I think he's going to come back. So, hey, guys want to play where it's fun. Guys want to be a part of winning programs, fun programs. And sure enough, that's what you got right now in Columbia. That's what you got right now in Columbia. So, again, it feels good to be good. Feels good to be good. Feels good to be good. And basketball, get it figured out. Again, huge game Saturday. Huge game. We'll talk about that more on Friday. But, yeah, guys, it's been a pleasure. Again, truly appreciate Alex Mcgrath taking the time. Appreciate you all tuning in. Thank you all so much for those who called in, tuned in, left your questions. You guys are what make the Daily Crow and the Spurs Up Show what it is. So, thank you so much. Again, come out to Tin Roof tonight if you're in the city, man. Going to be one hell of a time. 5 to 7, we're out there, again, streaming on the Big Cock Club. Be sure you sign up so you can get access to the link. Guys, we've hit 2 o'clock. I'm out of here. Appreciate you all tuning in. Have a great rest of your Wednesday, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.